Most people don't want to live being uncertain of what comes next. Most people seek the same thing time after time, knowing that it's going to recreate the same life. And what happens then is that people want to discover something new, create a new life for themselves. Like most people aren't content with where they're at. And I don't believe we should be content with where we're at. Not all the time. We should be seeking the best. Now, I don't say this from a level of we should be seeking happiness in the world. We should be seeking the best because that's going to make us happy. Absolutely not. And I have plenty of videos on unconditional happiness, which is kind of the fabric of this whole thing that I'm sharing. But there's another level to this, which is that we are creative beings. We should be here, and we are here to create, have fun, live a fantastic life. That doesn't mean doing extravagant things. That could mean living a very, very simple life in a cabin somewhere in the woods. The thing is, though, is that getting to the cabin in the woods is usually quite a complex process. It sounds simple. Most people think, I just want to live a simple life. I just want to live on a lake, by a lake, and do this and have this amazing thing. Yeah, amazing. Most people don't have the money to go and build a hut or a place by this. So it's complex to get there. We might, even if we want a simple life, it's usually not that simple. So the point I'm making is that if we want to create in this world anything that we want, whether that's music, whether that's art, whether that's a whole retreat, whether that's a YouTube channel such as my own, whether that's a business, whether that's a family, we have to understand that there are rules within this dimension. There are rules. There are ways in which things work. They work not quite the same as we think they do. So we have to understand this mechanism. This is the intricate, specific detail of how you can essentially create an entire new life for yourself based on what you actually want. And it all comes down to this one fundamental principle and technique. Most people, right, think of the natural tendency that you have. When you want something, when you want to create and build something, most people have to go through a level of uncertainty. But the conditioning that we have, it doesn't want uncertainty. We're conditioned to want certainty and knowledge of what's coming next. But most people aren't willing to sit in that uncertainty. So if you want to be able to actually create something fantastic, you have to be willing to sit in the uncertainty for as long as possible. You have to be patient, and you have to be willing to transmute what we call uncertainty is actually creation mode. Uncertainty mode is creativity mode. So we want to be able to rest in creation mode. Everything moves into 3 levels. We have creation mode, we have maintenance mode, and then we have destruction or dissolution mode. It's all the same. From everything goes through this cycle, like your relationship to your husband or wife, an apple or the apple tree, to a football match, to a tree, I've already said tree, from a football match to, I don't know, the life of a bear. Everything goes through the same cycles. So the question is, which cycle are you in the particular thing that you are creating? Most of the time, when we're creating something new, we're going to be in, obviously, creation mode, which means that destruction mode's already taken place. Once destruction mode takes place, something has dissolved to make room for something new. Now, most people, you included, when there is uncertainty, you will go to the nearest safe thing to prevent yourself from feeling uncertain because you don't like it. So you're uncertain. Opportunity mode has arisen, which is also creation mode. And you're going, I don't want to be here. Let me go to the nearest, safest thing that I know. I'll go back to my old job. Let me go back to the old thing. Let me go to here. Let me resort to that plan B that I had. You can't have a plan B. Like, this is the thing, like, I'm talking here to people who really, really want to do things. Not people who are just like, yeah, this would be a lovely idea. This would be a lovely idea to do this. No. I'm talking right now to people who want to do awesome things in life, right? Like I said, awesome doesn't mean extravagant necessarily. Awesome can mean the cabin, the retirement home with 10 cats. That sounds to me like a fantastic idea, if I'm honest. And maybe one dog as well. So the point I'm making is, do you really want to do something cool? If you do, you can't resort to a plan B. If you have a plan B, let me just point this out there. If you think you're going to create what like a fantastic life with everything that you love, like a heaven on earth vibe, and you think you can have a plan B, you think you're going to become a musician, or you're going to become a famous actor, or you're going to, I don't know, find the husband of your dreams and have fantastic kids and live in a beautiful home in the hills of California, and you think you can have a plan B. I'm sorry to say, but it doesn't work that way. You can't have a plan B for greatness. Greatness doesn't have a plan B. You can't say, yes, I want this so much, however, if it fails, I'll do this instead. You just can't. You need all the energy in your tank to be going in that direction. And the scary thing about this, and the reason that we have a plan B, is because we're scared to fail. We're scared to humiliate ourselves. We're scared to be wrong. We're scared to lose the identity that we have created that has maintained the current reality, because we feel like we might be worse off than now if we did the thing that we love most. Just process that for a moment. Imagine that. Imagine you believe that you'd be worse off than you are now if you did the thing that you love most. Wow. Could you imagine how limited your life would be if you lived with that belief? It would be quite depressing, if I'm honest. I can't see how it is possible to live a life while being happy and not then naturally want to express that freedom physically. For me, it's an inevitability. So for those of you who genuinely want to express your freedom, this is something extremely important. You can't have a plan B, because the energy for plan A requires you to not have a plan B. Because if you're scared to fail, you won't take the opportunities that are required for you. So the minute that you're in uncertainty, which typically can happen after you fail or that something doesn't go the way you wanted it to, you won't last long enough in the uncertainty in order for the opportunities to be created. You have to last long enough in the creation mode, because creation mode is also opportunity mode. So if you spend 10 minutes in opportunity mode, well, you've had 10 minutes of opportunity. If you spend 2 hours in opportunity mode, you've had 2 hours of opportunity. So do you see how this works? The energy required requires you to literally be as open as possible to opportunity. And in this creation mode, you are now ready to take the next step. The next step is to listen. You have to listen to life. You have to listen to life with all your heart. What does that mean? It means you listen to life with your heart. You listen with all of your heart, literally. So you're not listening with your mind. You're not listening with a filter that says, yes, but this might just mean that. Yeah, this is great, but this might be this. No, you're just listening. And you're going, oh, this is fantastic. Let's go in this direction. See, in my life, I've had many different opportunities like this, and I failed to take them. And I didn't take them because of fear. I held back. So now, the way that I live is that if I get an idea, and I like the idea, I take the idea. So last year I hosted a retreat. While being on the retreat, my sister had just passed away, or was dying of cancer. She passed away not long after. I'd just gone through a breakup, and I just moved back home to the UK after living in Mexico for a year in that relationship. And I felt like this is the time for the retreat at the end of the year. I had all of this stuff going on, and But I had the energy though to do it, which is why I did it and how I did it. I had the energy to do it. But if I told, let's say, my dad or someone else, they say, maybe this isn't the best time to do it. Maybe this isn't the year for it. No, it's like you have to trust yourself. This is why they're not hosting retreats. It's because they have these beliefs that hold them back, right? Obviously, I'm being metaphorical. There's plenty of other normal reasons why they don't host retreats, but this is why I wouldn't host retreats, or I wouldn't be able to do things if I had that thing holding me back. So I took the opportunity. I was listening, I was waiting, and I heard the notes, and I said yes. And I contacted a friend who contacted someone who got me in touch with her dad, and I booked the retreat. And I got it all sorted, and we went to Marbella last year, the end of last year, for the first retreat of the Thought Dojo. So you can't hold back from these things, because if you hold back, what's going to happen is the opportunity will go and you'll have to wait for the next one. So what we have to kind of grasp is, like, we want to be in creation mode, listening with a pure, intentive, loving heart that is willing to then take the opportunities at the expense of failure. And the retreat, it did really well. We had 10 members fly over to Spain. Did we fill all the spaces? No, we didn't fill all the spaces. That's totally fine, you see? One level, someone says that's a failure. On another level, that says it's a success. More than one person came. You see what I mean? And it was an absolutely incredible experience. And I absolutely am so glad that I took the opportunity to do that. You could then say that I then had the inspiration for residency, a whole new paradigm of creation, which is something that I put all my heart and soul into. And we had a launch, and we did it, and we filled out the launch. How did we fill out the launch? Well, I paid for other programs to help me understand, how do you launch a program? I could have said, no, I don't want to do this program. Why do I need to learn how to do this? I already launched a retreat. I kind of get it. I kind of figured it out. But I felt the inspiration to pay for that program. And I just paid for it. I did the program, and it was absolutely incredible. And I learned so much. And now the quality of my residency is even better, because they also taught me how to make a fantastic residency, a fantastic program. So I get to now give even more value, and I get to grow the business at the same time. It's like, it's a win-win. The purpose of what I'm sharing is that there are times where we might doubt our decisions or feel like it's not the right time, even though we know it's the right time. You have to trust that. You have to be willing to take the opportunity to test your own intuition at the expense of failing. Like, you need to go, okay, I feel like it's the right time, but maybe it isn't, but I'm going to do it anyway because I need to know if I was right. Then you'll do it and you go, oh my God, I was right. So that's the feeling I have to trust, and you'll start doing it again and again and again. You go, oh, it didn't work this time. That's the feeling. I knew it wasn't going to work. And you go, that's the feeling I need to trust. And all of a sudden you build your intuition this way. But it takes repetition. It takes you having to actually do things where you might fail. That's the craziest thing. So the technique, the fundamental thing that I want to bring up in this video, and there are other aspects of this, but this is a particular facet. I'll put the other videos that I've shared about reality creation in this video at the end. You need to get used to creation mode. You need to rewrite the script. It isn't uncertainty. Don't be scared in uncertainty mode. This is opportunity mode. Be patient and listen. You need to listen with all your heart. And when you find the opportunity, you simply take it at the expense of failure. That is the bare bones fabric of how to create a fantastic life. It's literally, imagine how simple that is. Simple doesn't mean it's easy though, you see. I understand that it's not easy. There's a lot of reasons why we will hold back from things like this. So I understand. However, this is why it's important to do things not for the purposes of removing our suffering or gaining happiness from it. Which brings me to the rest of my entire channel, which is about unconditional happiness and basically not doing these things in order to get happiness. Most people don't realize that Life is not built to get happiness from it. Life is built to celebrate happiness. So when I make videos like this, I'm not going, hey guys, here's how you can get happy. Here's how you can go find happiness from making amazing things. No, no, no. This is like celebration level, art level. We do it for the sake of it because this is just life. This is the way it is. I love creation. I love art. Why do I do it? I don't know. I just do it. You see what I mean? That's the level we're speaking on here. When I first built my community and YouTube channel, so the channel right now has about 16,000. My private community has about 2,500. And I almost didn't start, right? I almost didn't do it. I was in a moment of creation mode. I felt abundant. The thing that you need to understand about creation mode is that you want to feel abundant. You want to feel abundant. Like at this time, by the way, I had nothing. I had absolutely nothing. I had just failed again. I'd left a job, I started another business and the business failed and I spent my last money on it. The company went bankrupt and couldn't help me and couldn't give me my money back. So I was sitting in my bed in my dad's house for like the 5th time thinking, I feel so abundant, but why does my physical reality not display that? And I thought, oh wow, it's because I'm in a transition period of the next level of abundance. And I had then an opportunity to pay for school, the platform I now host my private community on. And it was $99 a month. I literally didn't have money, so I sold my Apple Watch to pay for the first subscription, but I almost didn't do it. It was a little whisper. It was a little whisper, and the whisper said, get a school community. Just pay for a school community. I thought, I don't have money though. Yeah, but just sell your Apple Watch. Okay, I could sell my Apple Watch. But what then? How am I going to make money? It's a free community. I don't know, you'll figure it out. Start YouTube videos. Make a YouTube channel. I already had a YouTube channel, but like there's no videos on it. Just post more videos, start a channel. Just do it. Just the energy was like, just do it, just do it, just do it. I was like, yeah, maybe. 3 days later, I thought, it's still there. Okay, 3 days later, I think we'll just do it. So I did it. And now we have the channel. This was the signal. I thought, oh, this is it. Everything I'm sharing with you right now started 4 years ago, but it was actualized 2.5 years ago when I started this YouTube channel and this community. So this is where it's come from, where I'm teaching you right now. If you want more content like this, let me know in the comments and I'd love to make more. I'm planning on hosting some retreats like this eventually, pure creative abundance. So yeah, let me know if you'd be interested. Link for the communities in the description is completely free. You can ask me any advice for any advice that you feel. Have an amazing day. Take care.